Okay, so back out live in front of the courthouse, you can see we do still have those microphones that are set up, and we are continuing to wait for that verdict to be read out. Again, the jury will be brought into the courtroom. We're hearing momentarily, and we do have Maxwell in court. So we do know that she is there waiting to hear the fate. Now, we had the former housekeeper of Jeffrey Epstein testify that when he had worked at Epstein's Florida home from 1990 to 2002, he saw many female visitors appearing to be in their late 20s, often lounging by the pool topless. He also testified that two accusers, underage teens at the time, were repeat visitors to the mansion of Jeffrey Epstein. So there was some deliberations that had been going on day in and day out, whereas now it looks like we do finally have that verdict that has come in, and we will be waiting closely to hear exactly what that jury has come to with their conclusion. So once again, we are live outside of the courthouse there in that left-hand box for you as we continue to wait here on word of what this jury has come to. They have reached a verdict, and again, this is just coming in here to our Live Now from Fox desk, and you are hearing it right here. We're going to stay in this coverage for you. Now, Maxwell is a British socialite charged again with recruiting and grooming underage girls to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. We had Judge Allison Nathan inform them that they would have to work through the holiday if a verdict had not been reached by the end of the week, but that looks like it is no longer needed, as there was a verdict now reached here in the later hours of this day. So we will be keeping a close eye for when those verdicts, when it is read out. We have heard that they will be bringing in that jury momentarily. All right, and we do have the verdict that has just come in. We are hearing that she has been found guilty of 5 of the 6 counts that had been against her. So again, she has been convicted of helping American Jeffrey Epstein. She is the British woman who helped Jeffrey Epstein sexually abuse teenage girls. 5 of her 6 counts that she was facing, they have found her guilty for. Again, this just coming here to our Live Now from Fox desk, and this coming at a time when we know that the jury had a lot of evidence that they had to be going through, so many different pieces of testimony, pieces of information that they had to look through. So we again do now know that the verdict has been reached. It has been read out. The jury has found Ghislaine Maxwell count 1 guilty, count 2 not guilty, count 3, 4, and 5 also guilty. So we will continue to keep you live outside of the courthouse here. We do have a couple different shots coming in here to our Live Now from Fox desk, so you can see we do have some of our own media personnel standing here as we are waiting to hear some reaction to this verdict. And then we do also have a close-up of those doors just outside of the courthouse. If we do have anyone step up to those microphones, if we see any other pictures coming from outside of this courthouse where they may have been able to catch up with some of those who played a key part in this trial, of course, we'll be bringing you that sound right here on Live Now from Fox. So thank you again for being here with us on Live Now from Fox. We have just had this come in here to our desk. As we had heard, there was a verdict that had been reached. The jury, since that time, has been brought into the courtroom, and they have read out that she has been now convicted of 5 of the 6 counts that she had been facing. So let's just go over those counts, because I know some people weren't able to follow this trial as closely as some of the other ones we've been in. They did not allow camera crews inside of this courtroom, but most days we did try to bring you some different pieces from what had happened inside day in and day out with our Fox 5 New York reporters. So the first count was conspiracy to entice an individual under the age of 17 to travel in interstate commerce with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. That does have a minimum of 5 years in prison. That one she was found guilty on. Count 2 was the only one that they did not find her guilty on. That was enticement of an individual under the age of 17 to travel with intent. Again, these are all pertaining to some of those different accusers who had spoken inside of the trial there. So count 3 again is the same for yet another individual. Count 4 is transportation of an individual under the age of 17 with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. That does have a maximum of 10 years in prison. Count 5 is sex trafficking conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of individuals under the age of 18. That does have a 5-year maximum in prison. And finally, count 6, which she was found guilty of, was sex trafficking of an individual under the age of 18, a minor, which does have a maximum of 40 years in prison. So here we are live outside of the courthouse. The verdict has been read. She has now been convicted, and we will wait for some of that reaction outside of the courthouse as this just came in. You are hearing it right here live on Live Now from Fox. Just a reminder, whenever it comes to breaking news, you can count on us to always be bringing you some of the biggest news stories, but also those live pictures. So not only do we have our station here zoomed in on that door to see who's going to be stepping outside, but we do also have our crews ready to go as soon as we do have some of that reaction being given. So thank you again for being here with us. This coming in here today on Wednesday evening, Ghislaine Maxwell convicted on 5 of the 6 counts she was facing.